Hello, Toro fans, and welcome to Tauros All Access, the Wednesday edition. I'm Edward Deeman, joined alongside by Lauren Hill and special guest, second-year assistant coach here in Minot, Tyler Ebner. Tyler, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, so this is your second-year assistant coach. How are you feeling about this year?
New year, each team brings new challenges. I've been really excited to just get to know the guys this year, and I think we're starting to develop different relationships with each one. So it's been fun that way.
And I asked Coach Campbell this, but obviously you guys have really successful year last year. Some new guys in the mix this year, but also some returners. You want to build on that momentum, but also forge your own team identity. How has that process been carrying along now that you're a couple weeks into the season?
I think it's been slowly getting better each day. I think we named a few new captains today. John Small and Ian Spencer. So again, continuing to broaden that leadership group so that more guys have more voices in the locker room.
You guys were back at home this week, or last weekend, I should say, for the first time this season in front of the home fans on the Pepsi rink. How was that both, on a personal level for you for the second time, but also for those guys back on the ice?
Oh, I think we have one of the best fan bases in the league, and it shows each night, each home game that we get 2,000 fans, rocking here in the Pepsi, and when it gets loud in here, it's hard to think on the bench, but yeah. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That is a good thing. So we're traveling to North Iowa this coming up weekend. How are you feeling about this series?
I think it'll be a good series. I think we've had a solid week of preparation for the weekend. Now it's just up to the guys to go out there and execute.
And what's that change like? Obviously you're coming from playing inside a really hostile environment here. You got that Saturday night win, so a little momentum, but then now traveling back on the road, another long road trip. How's that transition? How do you keep the momentum even though you're back on the road?
Well, I think it's really important for the guys to take care of their bodies and their health, prior to even leaving. Really making sure that their diet and their sleep is where it needs to be so that, when we do have a long road trip and guys are on the bus for, 10, 11 hours, they're not losing any of the development that they've worked hard for over the course of the week, and making sure that, they continue that preparation that they did over the course of the week into the weekend.
This also being your second year, is there anything that you're taking from last year and implementing it and making it better for this year?
I think there's always little things that you learn, each year, and like I mentioned at the beginning, each group is a little bit different, and you can take some of the things, but you also have to work with what you have and adapt. The guys that are here on this team currently.
One thing that you guys saw last year, didn't get swept all that often. You faced some adversity last weekend against that Norseman team. You got beat on Friday night, but came back, rebounded really well on Saturday night. Is there anything that's, a secret to the formula there is bouncing back and adapting really well? I feel like last year you guys were really good at avoiding the sweep and also just making adjustments one night to the next.
I think it comes and starts really with being consistent, night in and night out, but even on a smaller level, shift it out, in and out. Guys, I think, got a rude awakening on Friday night, and you can't take nights off in this league. The teams are too good. The competition is where it needs to be, and if you take nights out, the result happens like it did on Friday.
And my last question is just simple. What are you just most excited for with this year and these new guys and returners?
Oh, I think really it comes down to the preparation, getting to know each guy. Every day when we come to the rink, I spend, between me and Cody, I probably spend a little bit more time because I'm with them in the weight room, and I get to develop that relationship with each player, and to me that's the fun part about coaching, is really getting to know each person on more of an individual level.
Is there any one thing that you've been impressed with this team that maybe fans don't see on the perspective of watching them on a game-to-game basis, or anything behind the scenes that has really impressed you so far about this team?
Well, I think they're slowly starting to really care about each other, and I think that's something that last year's group really did a very good job of, in terms of getting to know each other on a deep level out beyond hockey, so that when they did play hockey, they really cared about each other and wanted each and every one of them to succeed. And I think this group is slowly starting to get to that level.
And just my last question, I know you are not looking ahead of North Iowa, but Bismarck the next weekend, that's when the Tauros will return back here to Mesa Arena. they're off to a hot start this year, also in-state rivals. How are you feeling about that series, and what are you looking forward to just with that team now, coming off a Central Cup, matchup?
Yeah, I think we saw them in the preseason, and it's always fun to play those guys because the fans really love and get up for those games. But at the end of the day, it's just another home and home series. So it's really nothing too special. It's just a couple more points.
Awesome. Well, Tyler, thank you so much for joining us. Catch the Tauros this weekend, Friday and Saturday on NATV. You can watch the broadcast there. They'll be in Mason City taking on the North Iowa Bulls. And then, as we alluded to, the following weekend, Thursday and Saturday, Tauros are back at home taking on the Bismarck Bobcats. Saturday night is Trunk or Treat. Lauren, want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, Saturday is Trunk or Treat at 5 o'clock before the game on October 26th, making sure behind me I'm saying that correctly. And yeah, you can come, and we're going to have it in the parking lot in Mesa Arena and dress up, please. We would love to see your costumes, and we're excited to see.
You can also scan that QR code right there to follow us on social media. If you aren't already, you can find all our social media accounts there. You can also get our website where we'll have a preview article of the North Iowa series that is actually already posted as we're speaking of it now. So make sure to check that out before tuning in this weekend. But until tomorrow, for Edward Neiman, Lauren Hill, and Assistant Coach Tyler Ebner, we'll say so long. We'll catch you tomorrow.